What's up? What's up, YouTube? We are here talking about a pro game. These two players are special. Mostly the white player, the well-known prodigy, the first player I ever made a YouTube video for. First YouTube video was on Sumire and her Japanese title victory. Unfortunately, that didn't give her a silver crown, which honestly it debatably should have. No, sorry, not a silver crown, a pink crown. Like the women champions are supposed to get pink crowns on their Fox accounts, but I think that Fox doesn't respect the Japanese female titles, which they really should. I mean, those are heavy prize pool events, heavy competition. Anyway, she's playing. So she's in Korea. She's been studying and she's been playing some very high, how can I say, high visibility games. In general, Sumire streams on Book TV, get a few thousand extra viewers just off the pure hype. And I mean, she's good enough to deserve it. Really, I mean, really good player, and has been a really good player since being really young. We're gonna watch her play live. She's playing against Ida Atsushi, who's black. Ida Atsushi is a let's see his Nihonkin page. I want to see you. So of course he is 9 Dan Pro, and what titles has he won? His career record, he has 418 wins and 226 losses. It's pretty good. So in 2013 is the first time he entered the top leagues. He was Honinbo Challenger in 2014. He won the NHK Cup, very famous Blitz tournament in Japan in 2015. He was the youngest ever winner at 20 years old. He got the crown title in 2016, defended it in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. So he's defended it literally straight since 2016. That's pretty impressive. I'm sure that there's a well-known name for this. It's not Google translated, but I can't read it. Anyway, he has that one particular can I look at just generally here? Maybe there's a link. I'm not sure which title this is, unfortunately. But prize money is 1.7 million yen every year. And he's winning it every year. Almost 10 years straight. Obviously, he's a very good player. He is currently 3-0 in Fox record against Sumire. Nakamura Sumire plays white. Yeah, so Nakamura Sumire, we can look at her profile as well. Let me find her. She's a really good sumegoer, really good reader. She's currently 16 years old. Wow, already. Improving fast, according to Go Ratings. She's probably correct about that. Yeah, that series where she beat you in a sak. It says Aisaki, but I think it's Asami, right? You know Asami. Um, that series that I covered, is her only major tournament win so far in her career. But she is getting a lot stronger. She's just playing in Korea and playing a lot harder tournaments. Okay, let's take a look at the game. I don't like commenting the opening too deeply because, frankly, it's boring because I kind of understand what's happening, and I prefer not understanding, so I like the later half of the game. Um, so White played a little aggressively here, and Sumeir tends to do that. She likes to do that, and so she made a surround effectively on those two stones, applied a little pressure to Black, what he has to do, and he chose to just run out and ask White what she wants to do with her weakness outside. And she just ended up taking care of this group, which let Black break through this round, and then this is locally considered slightly good for Black. Black's shape there to be able to push through. Basically, this is a bad exchange for White, and other than that, directionally, this is also good direction for Black as well. So Black is better. And then Black plays over this way. So White allowed this stuff by playing here. White's plan was like, okay, you're going to get a very thick shape, but then how are we going to use that thick shape? I'm thick as well. And then she goes in, harasses this one step, does not want to fully commit on this because it would be difficult to actually save the group. So she says, there's just that is enough. And shoulder hits and blocks to put some pressure back here, and Black comes back to punish this bad exchange. So locally speaking, this again is efficient for Black, but Sumeir is trying to speak on speed. She's trying to say like, oh, I got to go to all these things, and you just have to fall back, and look, you're tiny in the end. Well, I think Black is certainly better, despite the fact that he's a little tiny. Okay, and we've caught up with the game. So Black just ran out. He defended himself very safely, harassed White on the size of her group over here for a moment with this one. He did that at this timing because this is like the timing. The last timing he thought that White really cares to keep Black weak, and therefore he can get this properly in Sente. And it was probably also something of a probing move, which way White should respond. Because this White response, although usually good, can be bad if Black comes back and surrounds this White. So now White could not possibly imagine to let Black block. Probably couldn't even if this had been the case, but Black's potential to surround this group and then mess around with its life and death is like a lot stronger with well, maybe not actually. I guess they're probably similar that way. Probably not a lot stronger. I take that back. Anyway, after that, Black just ran out. Very normal running out move. Nothing special. Just ran out with an idea that he could go to that side, and when White goes to that side, Sumeir was trying to run fast with her regroup just to make sure that the move isn't too slow. Honestly, it might still be too slow, but it's not like there's anything else that's apparently good. We have an AI game starting as well. Maybe I'll take a look at that after this one. Tongmin Cheng, world champion, playing as the AI, fine art, the strongest AI. After that, Black shoulder hits and jumps here. So the shoulder hit is the normal follow-up, asking White to be slow, and then this jump, it means if Black blocks here, there's some small life and death issues. So like if you block, and then you push here and cut, and White would block here, then you could hane, and if White blocks, then you throw in and you kill. So after block, it's not exactly gonna be like that. White, if you tried to go in, cut, descend, White would play here first, I think. But it's not that far away from being like that. Like the block here definitely, like at least hane is sente for some move inside, and there's a lot of co-threats, that sort of thing. So this is a big move that Black can play sometime in the future. It also leaves a weakness though on the outside, which is kind of scary. So for the moment, Black is not that interested in blocking. I mean, a large part of it is to get the territory over here as well. And yeah, that's just not a very interesting territory, especially when White plays here. So doesn't make sense to block. Instead, wait. Yeah, is getting contested in the center. Black is saying, go ahead and attack me here. Sumeir likes attacking groups like this, but it can very easily fizzle against super strong players who see every attacking maneuver and stop all the good ones. So that's what Black is going to try to do here. He's trying to just take value, make sure that this part is okay, make sure that this part is okay. And then the idea is that at the end, although Black was kind of small everywhere, White got nothing, right? Like White just got this, that, it's nothing. And Black can bully a bit here. White attached and Tiger's Mouth. Black answered. So attach here is trying to make a space with this group to save it. It's kind of an interesting method because she didn't actually want to continue from now. So normally we think this is good shape for Black. But White is saying, like, I got time or something. Honestly, it doesn't make much sense. She's then getting more power here and saying I got time to go cut. Strategically, it's a mess. It doesn't make sense. Black is definitely getting the better of Sumeir strategically right now. Yeah, Tari. Sumeir attached here, hoping that that would cause threat to the Black shape and sort of squeeze Black, but I really don't see it after this Atari. It looks like Sumeir has gotten her sort of classic behind a bit and trying to make something happen in position. This is what used to happen when I saw her play. By the way, this is Fisher time, so when the time is counting down there, that means that now Black has only 10 seconds to play the next move as well. And onwards, just like that. Sumeir eventually chooses to run this out, which is possible, but I personally don't approve. There can be push here into jump, push into push as well. Also a reasonable method. There are like several methods there that Black could have tried. He could have even tried Atari here, and then White would try to kill these and probably succeed. Not exactly succeed, but could be scary. So this is like the most safest way for Black to handle this, but honestly, it doesn't look very good. Looks like in the future, White will be thinking about Atari and extend here, and then White might be able to make a massive cut thing. Probably not, but it's at least quite scary. The attach here is getting much stronger for White. Probably she should start here though, I guess, if she wants to do that stuff. So Black fixes it. This is a reinforcement that it just says, you know, go ahead and attack here. I'm going to be fine for this part. It allows White to play this. I mean, this is such a tempting move to play. Feels like Black lost the control somewhat here. I mean, this was a kind of passive variation, like I said, to push all the way here, let White get this thick, and then deal with both things. So Sumeir is going to try to call it out exactly here, I expected. She's a sharp reader, so she's talking about reading problem. Of course. This looks just ugly for Black. Looks like Black just got killed. I mean, he can try to mess around with this bottom side thing. So this one can mess around with that. But after that, that only means he gets a senti move. That doesn't mean he gets like something special. So he's not even going to bother playing anything. Instead, peeping here. This looks like it's sente, but at the same time, if we can go and kill something really big here, maybe this part is actually pretty small. Depends on how strongly we can kill this stuff. But if it were me, I'd be very tempted. Yeah, this kind of move. Push here, push there, some kind of like execute. So I think Sumeir is going to push here. Yeah, now she's just going to connect, I think. It looks like she wins, honestly. I think this one, she thinks she can win even better. I can't say I agree with that one. This looks all in. So now white has to save here, and then black is going to be able to link up and then die all together. That's the way that Sumeir planned it, at least. Whether it'll actually happen is another story. It's not that clear to me. But it should be. It should be dead. Assuming he's going to play some thickening move. Probably this one. Probably this one. Looks like that's the strongest. And then seems like black dies. I mean, this time Suji was awful by black for sure. Just ridiculous. So now we have some struggles. Of course, he should struggle. Makes sense. But I don't think it works. I believe he's just dead. Sumeir has to prove it, though. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes these guys find something. By these guys, I mean the super top players. We have the Hane here. That exchange was always black's right, but Sumeir is thinking that basically she has this one, and then these two are Mii. So this one is a connecting move, and then with that one, then she also has a cut over here. And there's basically nothing that black should be able to do. And she cuts here, and then uses that one. Then, you know, this one means that she would be connected, so these two are Mii, so she can just connect here, and it becomes a capture race, I guess, between this part and that part. That's what black is talking about. Maybe to handle that capture race, she should actually push here rather than connect here. Yeah, that's what she's talking about too. Makes sense, I agree. I agree. Just connect. This one is talking about making life, but black can't make life, so that was just very bad just now. Block, cut, nothing. What's wrong with block? Why would we? I mean, the reason why black would do this is because he can do anything. He's a cornered animal, but I actually don't know what this is supposed to threaten. Sumeir's taking her time to figure out what this is supposed to threaten because she wants to win. I approve. I approve. Do all the reading, don't get outread. I like the spirit. But it looks to me like... I mean... The only reason not to do this is if we're gonna get Liberty punished. That's what she says. She says the Liberty race is real. It's not get Liberty punished. But come on, how? How can the Liberty race be that real? I just don't believe it. Black pushes through. White breaks the shape down here. It's very depressing for black, of course, but can still connect at least. Anytime, if Sumeir does this and then tries to break through, black would save here and try to kill these stones to save his group back. So this is not a real cut. She just tiger's mouths. Looking for space. I wonder whether the plan is... Okay, so this is obviously just a connect for for liberties. Black takes that liberty. I was gonna say, I wonder whether the plan is to jump in. Obviously, this is a nice liberty move too. You can just connect. Honestly, you can just cut after this. Black is mega overplay. She's considering whether she wants to. Yeah, she doesn't. So if you play connect and cut, you're just losing a liberty for no reason. This way, she chooses not to lose the liberty and just to reduce the liberty. In the end, after reducing that liberty, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then these 3 are kind of awkward. We'll say 8, but it can be 9 pretty easily. Anyway, white has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 6 at least. Let's just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at least. And yeah, so white won the liberty race by 1. So actually, I would have blundered, I guess, to not emphasize the liberty race enough. But white was chilling. She cleaned it up, made sure she won the liberty race, counted it out, wins. Yeah, I mean, the problem for black here was definitely at this point in the fighting. At this point, I'm sure black is leading, right? I mean, white got something back in the block here, but that's like the only thing she got back the whole game. Which does not seem enough. Does not seem acceptable. But then, yeah, the black play against this attach was actually pretty bad. Especially this move. I mean, comparatively, if black had just like pushed through, it's strictly better, right? If you just push through once, get an exchange, and then fall back. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not strictly better. But it seems like that would expose another weakness. And like in general, the way that black played here to hold on to that was very, I want to say like sentimental. It was also black played this move like instantly, no thought, and it's just dumb. You just didn't see this, and this is just obvious. I don't know. I don't know what black is doing. Just underestimating his opponent probably. And then this was all over. You can check out the AI game, I guess, but I also want to download this one, see it in AI. Sumire with a good record, playing against the pros. Somehow I find, you know, we're not supposed to kill things, but most 9-dan pro games are ending with killing things. I shouldn't say most. Most of my games and a lot of 9-dan at pro games, they are ending with killing things, because the opponent dares you to like not do it. You're not supposed to do it, you know. So they dare you. They're like, "Hey, you can't do that," and you're like, "Yeah, but I can do that," and then you just kill them. Okay, so it went like this, and yeah, black was leading. This move was a little aggressive from Sumire. If she starts her fights with moves like C9, I think she'd be a lot stronger. As is, opponents are like exploiting the fact that this kind of situation is just too hard to play. For white, like right now, sometimes this is right, sometimes this is right, sometimes that's right. No one knows. She chose that one, it was wrong. And then there she chose it well, but yeah, it's already good for black. Then this part, yeah, actually, this exchange was bad, but not really punished by black when black let this happen. It turns out that black should not Tiger's Mouth. Because when you Tiger's Mouth, you're supposed to get benefit against this white, but you don't get any benefit here. Black playing this one is pretty hard to stomach. But I guess if you just... if you're just planning to go take your base and move on, then why not? What's so bad about getting split here? There's no problem with that. Yeah, pretty interesting. This one is actually more problematic. And then he went back to punish that. Yeah, this shape, I was not sure. I thought actually the black move, the AI move here, I was not sure why my intuition was that one and not this one. Because when I saw this, I thought this is better. I thought he did better than me. But apparently the AI disagrees. It thinks this one is better. I'm not really sure why. Because you have to make this ugly shape. I thought black did well to avoid the ugly shape, but actually black did poorly to avoid the ugly shape, and he should have taken the ugly shape. But why? What's so good about the ugly shape? The movement on top of this white is important. The fact that you can try to cover that, making them run out, is like really awkward running shape when we're so thick here. So the reason why we're supposed to play this one is because we're super giga thick here, which means getting on top of that group is meaningful. Or like attacking that group is meaningful, and attacking this group is not so meaningful. So you should run to the top group. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I went like this, and here, yeah, everything is normal and fine. Here, black was slightly passive, it is okay. And through here, I was saying black should be doing well. This move doesn't look right when black can push through. But then, yeah, black should have done one of these stronger ideas, or even this one. This is a very strong move. I like this move a lot. It's very hard to think of, but when you see it, it's obvious. Obviously good. It's just very hard to play such a conservative idea. You think you have more time. Here I was saying you should just do this first and then go here if anything, but yeah, also do something else. Yeah, I mean, there was no reason to be so slack. And then this move was just giga careless. It obviously could have been here or attached or whatever and then not died, but he just chose to die. And he should have immediately counterattacked. When he sees this, everybody knows the peep is coming, and everybody knows after that you're cut. I don't know why you would still connect, other than stubbornness. Stubbornness and disrespect. Like, you connect here if you're playing someone who you think you should be able to beat, and you're like frustrated that you can't. But if you play someone who's strong and you see this move, you're like, oh, they have a weapon. Let me, let me play the game too. But black didn't want to play the game. He just wanted to put stones on the board and win. So he did it this way. Yeah, I was saying, what the hell is Sumeir doing this? Could have just done this one, and the idea was peep, I thought. Oh, I was wrong. I thought you peep first. I don't know why not. Why it likes push without the peep. I guess I can understand. Push without the peep, and then when this thing has to live, the peep is bad shape. Okay, makes sense. I forgot that this part has to live too. I forgot this is a multi-dimensional thing. It's just all single dimensional. So she went through and cut here, and I was saying this is kind of sus, but it still worked. This was the way for black to like make it messy, huh? Peep and push here. So then you can go through like this, and then white needs to use this one. And that one. We have this one. Why? Why would that be special? Why did... Oh. So this way, the point for black is to come down and press this white group, right? So we want to race it. So the problem with the way that black did it, it can also set up a race against that white group. He ended up also aiming at the same thing here. First of all, he did it with a really bad exchange. But second of all, the way that he did it like this, it ended up being black is separated. So black is not getting any liberties from the bottom side here. And instead, black only gets liberties from his center and left. And apparently that's still kind of okay. So black had some ways to try to win the Liberty Race. But black threw the Liberty Race really hard with this exchange. I have no idea what the hell he was doing. That was just stupid. And push here, block would have been fine, but Sumire was active to the liberties, which I can appreciate. I like this approach from Sumire. No nonsense, just take your liberties, murder you, don't let you switch anything back. I'll remember that Sumire does it this way, and not feel so bad when I do it this way. Of course this is the way you should do it. Yeah. Sumire wasn't content enough with the lesser haul here. That's what these this idea is about. Is Sumire, like Sumire, when she pushes through here, she's like, I'm not just gonna kill the left side, we're just gonna kill the top side. I'm gonna kill everything, but no need. You can win easily without killing everything. Made it possible for black to make a comeback. So it would be better to be very liberty tight and therefore very discreet. Yeah. I'll remember that the black strategy here was not so good. This is very, very interesting concept to play it like this. Obviously if you play here, you give white good shape. So this one, to make it better shape, I've never thought about it like that. But I'll remember. I will remember. That's very cool. And this one is great shape move. I will remember that too. You need not press your opponent directly. You can press your opponent with the, the effectively same move, but just delayed. That's cool. Exchange all these, and then Atari would be a reasonable sequence here. This one, not very reasonable. So yeah, you still had to worry so much about that, and then you just died. Okay, GG. Tongmin Shen against the AI, by the way. Looks like he's playing super solid and super slow. The human player, which is how you beat it. And in terms of efficiency, I think he's slightly inefficient. But honestly, he should still be leading by... I guess I can show you guys. My judgment here is that black should still be leading by about 10 to 12 with no Komi. More like 12. More like 12. I think it's on the upper end of that spectrum. So black has some decent chance in this game, but I'm gonna let it go. I think the Sumeir game was good enough for a video, so thank you for watching. See you next time.